Menopausal and perimenopausal women, listen up. It's time to take control of your health and comfort, and Winona is here to help. Winona is a telemedicine company for menopause care who believes that your symptoms are real, important, and deserve to be taken seriously. And for many women, this starts with hormone replacement therapy. Winona's HRT is made with plant-based, bioidentical hormones rather than synthetic ones, so it better aligns with your body to offer relief from hot flashes, weight gain, and other uncomfortable symptoms. 80% of women who use Winona find relief within just 90 days. So, what are you waiting for? Get started today. Visit buywinona.com today to start your free visit. With free shipping and the ability to pause or cancel at any time, your path to wellness has zero obligations. Use code SPRING24 at buywinona.com for 25% off your first treatment plan. That's BYWINONA.com for 25% off. Winona. Menopause care made easy. Summer is the season of hot temperatures, outdoor adventures, and refreshing water activities. Summer is also the season of rough on your feet, causing dry, cracked heels and toes. Introducing Babyfoot, the original exfoliation foot peel that contains 16 natural extracts formulated to remove dead skin cells in 3 easy steps. Apply the booties, relax for an hour, then wash your feet. In 14 days, you've got baby smooth skin and your feet have never been softer. Letting dead skin cells build up over time is hazardous to your foot health. Our professional-grade DIY products, like our original exfoliation foot peel, our men's foot peel, or our moisturizing mask, are some of the best foot care products on the market, created with your foot health in mind. Pamper yourself with a spa day from the comfort and convenience of your own home with Babyfoot. If you want a chemical-free, easy-to-use exfoliating process from the company that created the original foot peel, it's time to treat yourself to Babyfoot. Go to babyfoot.com and use the code SUMMERFEET24 and get 20% off your first order with Babyfoot. That's babyfoot.com and use the code SUMMERFEET24.
Hello, and welcome to Too Stupid to Live, a podcast that reviews romance novels $5 and under. I'm your host, Becky Feldman, and you better put those kids to sleep because things are about to get very R-rated. And that R stands for redhead. And it also stands for Rafe, a Buff Male Nanny, which is the title of today's book. It's written by Rebeckah Weatherspoon, and it is currently $4.99. So my guest today is a fellow redhead and someone that I've wanted on the podcast for a while now, Erin La Rosa. She's both a college friend and a writer whose books include Womanskills, Everything You Need to Know to Impress Everyone, and the Big Redhead Book, Inside the Secret Society of Red Hair. So obviously, she was the perfect guest to discuss this book. So please enjoy this redhead review of Rafe, a Buff Male Nanny.
Erin, welcome to Too Stupid to Live.
Oh, Becky, I'm so excited to be here.
I'm so excited to have you.
We're drinking wine. It's a good time.
What was the name of the wine again?
I believe it's called Parts and Labor, and I got it because in the book, Rafe is an aspiring mechanic.
Yes.
And
he has parts, and he does labor.
Oh, he does labor, emotional and physical.
Yeah. Oh my God, I can't even, this book is perfect.
Did you know that he was a redhead before you chose me for this one?
I did.
That's great.
Okay, because here's the thing. I don't mean to be like sucking up to you right now, but your book, the Redhead Book, talked about hot redhead guys, and I feel like you single-handedly brought back the sexy.
Yes, let's say that.
Man.
Let's say yes. Yeah. So I have a book called The Big Redhead Book, and I have dedicated a chapter to ginger men, as you said, and I really do believe that they're an underappreciated resource in this world. You see women sexualized all the time. You and I are both redheaded women.
Yeah.
We're sexualized all the time. But not nearly enough are our redheaded brethren taken advantage of in this way.
I agree. I feel like Outlander has done wonders. This book is going to do wonders.
Riverdale with Archie.
That's right.
There's just a lot going on right now for redheaded men. I'm so happy.
Me too. Did you ever have a thing? I went through a phase where I was like, I would never date a redheaded man.
Yes, I had that in high school, especially because my brother is a redhead. And so people would assume if I was ever with another redhead, we were related.
Yes,
always.
that was always my fear.
Yeah, so I didn't want to be dating my brother. But I do remember a turning point in LA. I went to an Urban Outfitters because I wanted to be cool. I was in the checkout line, and the guy who checked me out was this tall, beautiful Adonis redheaded man. And I remember like my lady bits just tingling. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, well, I guess I would date a redheaded man. This is just fantastic.
God. You're into it. And wait, is your
Very.
husband redheaded?
So my husband is not fully redheaded, but in certain light, people are like, oh, he has red hair. He definitely has a red beard.
That's great. People,
yes.
red beards, people love a little bit of a red in a beard.
Oh, yes. That's a whole thing. That should be like its own little like porn channel, like ginger bearded men. I would click on that.
Oh my God, yeah. So you have read romance novels before.
Yes.
Tell me all about your history of reading them.
I feel like my beginnings are, I know that there are others out there like me, but I didn't have access to traditional romance books the way that a lot of people were like, I would steal my mom's or my grandmother's or whatever.
Yeah.
I grew up in a like very conservative Catholic family. So we had the internet. And I don't know how I figured it out, but I found like erotic fiction online, like little short stories. It wasn't full on porn in my mind, so that way it wasn't a sin. But I would literally print them on my family's computer, print out stories. And weirdly enough, it was usually about a babysitter situation.
Oh
so
my God.
It's not that Rafe is a babysitter necessarily.
But it's the same dynamic.
It's related.
Okay, so did you ever have, because you know how like kids have a fear of like, oh my God, I like looked at porn on my computer. Did you ever have like a fear of like, oh my God?
Well, also we had one family computer. So it was like in a main part of the house. There were windows all around. So I would sneak on there like when my parents were gone and my brother was somewhere, and I would again like print out my little stories and that's how I would be able to actually like furiously masturbate as a teenager, because it was like I couldn't be on the computer long enough to watch porn, because like who knew when someone was coming back. But I was like, okay, I'm just printing out like homework for school, and then I would take my little story and I would hide it in my underwear drawer and I would pull it out whenever I needed it.
Oh my God, that is so
discreet
discreet
masturbation. It was great.
Well, we all did that. I used to have to like you're the first person I've ever told this, but I would like take like books that we read in like English class, like a Jane Eyre, for example, and I would imagine like them fucking, and like that was me. Like I didn't even have the balls to like go onto the computer. I would be like Holden Caulfield and a redheaded girl named Becky. Get it on.
You were just writing your own fanfic, but just in your imagination.
In my imagination.
Not even putting it into words.
No, I didn't have time for that.
Yeah, I mean, I was very into fanfic. I wrote Hanson fanfic, like erotic Hanson fanfic.
Oh my God, do you still have it?
I wish I did. It was on one of those like Angel City websites that like got eaten by the internet. So I really truly wish that I had it, and I don't, unfortunately.
Do you remember a scenario just for all the Hanson fans out there?
There are at least two of us in this room, so
so great. Like Bob is like, anyway, I could have a podcast about Hanson.
Let's just do a Hanson podcast spinoff. Yeah, I'm in. I actually went to a Hanson concert. Now we're getting off on tangents, but like 2 months ago.
Oh my God, no, I saw that they were in town.
At the Greek.
How was it?
It was a great concert, and the stadium was maybe a 10th full. It was so sad. It was so sad. I felt really bad.
I mean, they're probably used to it.
Well, funnily enough, I had heard that like they'll do a lot of smaller venues,
Okay.
and it'll be packed, and it's great. And for whatever reason, they decided to go like balls to the wall and do the Greek theater, the big outdoor theater. I guess they thought they would like bring a crowd.
Yeah.
So sad. Bless it. But yeah, I furiously masturbated to them as well. So it all ties back.
It all ties back to. I just want to talk about things you furiously masturbated
to.
to.
So much. I mean, I don't know if you're watching that show Pen 15.
Oh yeah, I just finished, and yes.
So you remember that scene where they're looking at the scrambled like Cinemax? For sure, I did that.
Okay.
When I figured out that there was a channel where you could see like boobs and things, I saved up my pennies and I bought my own TV for my room specifically to go to the scrambled porn channel, which was great.
Oh my God. You're Moxie. It's Moxie.
I mean, I had to get my rocks off, okay? I was 10 years old and I was feeling a lot of things.
I love it. I mean, no, especially, like, I'm going to be generalizing here, but it's like, I feel like maybe girls are scareder to like masturbate and like think about that kind of stuff than boys.
Certainly to talk about it. I feel like I didn't talk about masturbation until maybe like late middle school, early high school.
I was mid-college.
Here I am. I'm a late bloomer.
I'm like...
I loved talking about like dicks, sex. I wanted to hear it all, but I think because I went to Catholic school, it was just everything was repressed. So it was
That's
like
true.
you have to.
Yeah.
I was just like, I want to talk. Like someone talk to me about this.
Right. Yeah. And did you find a group of people? I feel like I'm like, what did you talk about?
It was just a lot of girls like saying shit that we did not really know anything about. It would be like, yeah, like penises, man, like they're crazy, right? And like it's not like anyone was having sex or anything.
No.
It's just like it would be like, oh my God, I saw his boxers above his pants. Isn't that crazy? Or like his shirt lifted up and I saw like a happy trail. Like how crazy is that? It would just be.
It is crazy.
It is crazy.
I mean,
was
it's
very
crazy.
sexy.
It's crazy now.
It's
I just saw a man's boxers.
My God. They were green. Can you believe it?
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what we talked about.
That's amazing. I just, like, when Sex and the City was out, like, when I was in high school, like, I feel like there were girls who, like, pretended to talk like they were curious.
Of course.
We were, like, walking to algebra, and we're like, he had the smallest dick I've ever seen. Like, and of course, like, I had never even kissed a person at that point, but I was like, I need a big dick. What was I talking about?
No, I do think it's like you just talk a lot. You just talk a lot of shit, and you have not experienced anything, but it's just like by associating yourself with those words, the hope that someday you might lose your virginity.
Right.
Is
Yeah.
there.
Just putting it out there.
Yeah, like someone take it. Someone. Anyone. Yeah.
Please, someone take it. Okay, so you printed out one-handed reads and masturbated to them. Love it.
History of my romance. Yeah.
History of your romance.
And then I feel like I didn't actually start reading romance books until recently, like until my 30s.
Yeah.
So, and I think because I also went to undergrad and grad school for writing, the idea of romance books in grad school programs where you're studying like literature with a capital L is like very taboo. And I actually remember I wrote a romance short fiction piece in college.
At Emerson or
at Emerson.
Oh my God.
It was maybe the most embarrassing thing I've ever done in my life. But there was like one guy in our writing class who I was fixated on, and I was like, I want this guy so bad. And I wrote a piece, and the title was called How to Seduce and Dispose of That Cute Guy in Class. Literally, it was about him. And it was one of these classes where they workshop the pieces, so we have to read it and like get critiques.
Yeah.
And my teacher pulled me aside before the class and she was like, are you sure you want to do this? Because I think she was like, I know that you're writing about this boy in class. Can you just like not humiliate yourself today? And I was like, I want to do it. Like, let's critique it. And it was maybe a mistake to do it in front of him. But I put myself out there.
Good for you.
I wrote very explicit blowjob scenes in the hopes that I could
Give a blowjob.
Have a blowjob for once.
Have a blowjob.
Have a blowjob. Do a blowjob. How do you do a blowjob? I don't know.
Teamwork, and I think people both get something out of it.
Still waiting.
Still waiting on this picture.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so crazy because like it kind of like that experience probably like follows like the trajectory of like writing romance now, where it is like frowned upon and people would be like, oh my God, you're writing a romance novel? And it's like, yeah, I'm writing a book. Like, what book are you writing?
Right. And I am writing a romance novel now. And it is interesting the reactions you get from people. Some people who are clearly romance readers are like, oh my God, like, what are you writing about? And then you'll get the people who are like, okay, like, you're just writing like a bunch of sex scenes or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. I am,
yeah, that's
but
exactly
also
it.
there's a narrative. Come on, guys.
I know, guys. I mean, how do you feel like when you get people who kind of do like disparage for reading romance or writing romance? Like, what's your reaction to that? Do you just like brush them off, or are you just like try to inform them and say, hey, you should read a book? I think you'd be pleasantly surprised.
Read a book. Yeah, I feel like now I've told myself, like, I'm writing a romance book. This is the genre I love. I'm going to commit to it. And if people don't like it, I'm not going to try to persuade them to like it, really, unless they seem curious, because I feel like there's like the people who have the stigma about it are not really my audience and aren't really the romance audience. And I think it's kind of like a big hill to get over in terms of pretentiousness, where people like will hold themselves up as like, you know, I'm never reading a romance book. And it's like, well, that sucks for you. But
yes.
Yeah, I don't try to convince them. It's not an uphill battle I want to fight at this point.
No, it's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
It's like, you're going to like what you like.
Yeah, go read like Proust or whatever you're reading.
Yeah,
have fun with that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's how I feel dating in Los Angeles. I'll like tell them, I mean, like I read romance novels and they're like, oh. And then I'll be like, what are you reading now? And they're like, I started Infinite Jest last year.
Oh,
you know?
God.
And it's like, okay, you read your thing.
Yeah, get over it.
I know.
I'm not cool with that. Did you read my book, Boyfriend?
I did.
Because I feel like she deals with that a little bit.
Yeah,
in that
I
book.
think that one I love. I covered it on the show. I loved it. That one, I think about that one scene all the time where she tells him off and she's like, how many books did you read this month?
Yes.
I read 23.
Yes.
And it's like, and he's like, I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I think about that scene all the time and I like obviously recreate it whenever I get a chance to.
You just have memorized the monologue now.
It's so good. I mean, I like, I was like, every now and then I'll just reread it. And I'll be like, yeah. Because it just feels nice to just like have a fictionalized ally of you and like as a reader, which is really nice.
I mean, I think my husband is an example of someone who probably should be on the pretentious spectrum of like books. And when I started reading romance, he was like, yeah, I feel like your personality is romance. Like that makes sense to me. So I feel like it's like a personality thing too. Like you just want to enjoy yourself. You want to have fun. Like I do not need Infinite Jest in my life anymore.
No
I've given up a lot of things like that are just bringing me down.
Yeah, you get rid of like the literal fluff and read what's important to you. And if like Moby Dick is fluff, fine. You know what I mean? It's like I consider it fluff. I want to read something important to me.
Yes.
And one of those books is Rafe.
We have to get into it.
Yeah, we got to get into it because I know we have so much to discuss. But okay, so Erin and I are reviewing Rafe, a Buff Male Nanny. It is written by Rebeckah Weatherspoon, and it is currently $4.99. Quick synopsis: the esteemed Dr. Sloane Copeland finds a practically magical nanny to watch her adorably no-nonsense 6-year-old twins, Addison and Avery. But this nanny isn't flying in from the sky with an umbrella singing songs. No, this perfect piece of man is blazing in on a motorcycle. Ladies, say hi to Rafe.
The excerpt that I have involves the word magic, so I feel like she delivered on that promise.
Okay, good. Oh my God. I mean, this was Yes, I mean, like, I'm sure we're gonna say this again and again, but this is your dream guy times infinity. Like, she just hit the nail on the head of everything every woman ever wants in a man.
Yes, I was talking about this book with someone who hasn't read it, and I was sort of explaining it as like, as women, we're so used to doing all of the emotional, physical labor, especially around the house, of like cleaning, cooking, like these expectations that even if you have a supportive partner who helps you with it, the majority of it will still fall on you.
Right.
And it was so wonderful to read a book where the guy is just like, yeah, I like did all the laundry today and I changed your sheets and I like have dinner prepared for you when you come home and the girls are already in bed. And I was like, I would sign up for this life. Like I will work 80-hour weeks if I have this man to come home to who is just like cooking me shit and pouring me wine and then fucking me.
Yeah. It was the laundry thing that got me. Like when he was just like, I did the laundry. I was like, this book could end. This is the happily ever after. Same. Like I'm done. But I mean, I'll keep reading. This book is perfect.
Maybe this is the same moment you're talking about, but it was like he had changed the sheets on the bed and done the
when they went to they had gone to the airport. Well, I mean, that's towards the end of the book, but they had gone to the airport and she was like, by the way, I changed the sheets. And I was just like, I masturbated to that.
Just the idea of this man like folding a fitted sheet.
I mean, yes. Or even like a duvet, to have someone do a duvet cover for you. I have never lived that life.
I feel like that should be like a thing that women ask for more, is just like a day where you're like, okay, I'm going to literally sit on the couch or like go out. And when I come home, literally you have to have done all of the household duties.
Yeah, everything
that
is
would
done.
be very sexy.
Yeah, it's and it's like not even, I don't know, like it's just like these household duties. It's like very small, simple tasks. Like laundry, I don't know. I could be wrong. I live alone, but laundry's simple. Whatever. But like just to have someone, but when they pile up, it's a lot. On top of raising two really cute kids.
Yes.
And just to have that taken care of. I mean, this is a fairy tale. This is a millennial fairy tale.
Yes. It does feel like a modern woman's like it felt very, very modern to me.
I agree. This was like the first book I read where I don't know if I want to use this. Are we millennial? I don't know. It just
we
felt
are
like,
technically millennials.
Yeah.
We're like old millennials.
Yes. Okay. It felt like it was for us, you know what I mean? Like in some respects. And I felt like I related to the way these characters thought like so much more than any other book.
Yes. And I think too, it's like with that aspect of the cleaning and the cooking and all of that stuff, it's like mindless work that is usually thankless.
Yeah.
And it just was so clear in the book and the writing that he was doing it to please her. It was almost like part of the foreplay was like, I'm going to take care of every part of your life.
Yeah. And that I think is what made it almost like those moments like romantic, you know, like doing the laundry, they made it romantic. And like it was just like, this adds to that, fairy tale that we all want.
Did feel like weird about thinking about the reverse of it, which is like traditional models that we've seen throughout time, which is like women doing all of this stuff. And like I was like, are men turned on by this the way that like a woman is fully turned on by this? And I don't think so.
Probably not. I mean,
it's just like so appealing as a woman to like the idea that a man would willingly and happily and like go over the moon to like do these little tasks that add up.
Yeah. And he wasn't even like, because I mean, I'm not in a relationship right now, but I imagine if I was and I was with someone, they'd be like, well, I did the laundry. And it's like, what, you want to thank you? You know, like he's just like, I did the laundry. And she's like, great. And then they move on and have hot sex. And it's like, it's just like, he doesn't make a big deal out of it. He doesn't feel like he's owed a thank. Well, I mean, he's being paid, but like he doesn't feel like he's owed a thank you for like, because he does go above and beyond what he is hired to do.
Yeah.
And so what a fantasy.
I know, it's so funny because a lot of the books that I've read, it's like, there are elaborate plots, and this is so simple in terms of like she hires a male nanny. He happens to be really fucking hot, and he just takes care of her in more ways than one.
Yes.
And it's just beautiful.
So beautiful. I completely agree. It was, yes. Okay, so I usually like to look at the cover real quick. If you want to describe, here, I have a picture of it for you if you want to take a look.
I love this cover.
It's perfect.
This guy is, I was looking at it and I was like, is this a real person that we can see and like follow? But it's this guy with neck tattoos, looks very rugged, but also chic. He's got one of those like very well manicured beards, like very nice facial hair. It's red. He has kind of like a little bit of a mohawk of hair. He looks rough and tumble, which is what he is. And he also looks strong.
Which is what he certainly
is strong.
Yeah.
As we've learned about Rafe.
He does. Okay, so we know he's strong because he was in this viral video, or a video, where he was having a push-up contest, and I'm just like, there we go. There's our backstory.
Yeah, and he works out a lot in the book, which I appreciate.
know.
It's like part of his day is like he goes to the gym, he's taking care of himself for her.
Yes, and it's nice, like, I've been liking recently with when there are guys who have like perfect physiques that they do mention going to the gym in books, like because like I feel like there's so many other books where it's just like he had perfect abs, especially and it's like, well, when I want to know when he gets those and what does he eat and where does he work out?
Yes,
I just like want to know those details.
Well, I feel that way too because I really like books that I feel like could be real or that I'm like, oh, this could actually happen.
Yes,
and there was a lot of this book where I was like, yes, of course this could happen, and like let the revolution of the hot male nanny happen now.
Yes,
like, it sounds great.
Oh my god, yes. I also liked on this book. There's there's like a quick review, and it says, "Gimme every people you know on Twitter." Like it says "Gimme," and it's like the quote is "people you know on Twitter," and I'm like, yeah.
I would also say that about this cover.
Oh my
for
god,
sure.
yeah. And I definitely think I read that on Twitter when this book first came out, and I'm so glad, by the way, that it's now $5 because I've been like counting down the days of when I could read this book. That? Yeah. So beautiful cover. I pictured when I was reading him, I was picturing Chris Hemsworth, but redhead.
Oh my god, I thought the same thing.
Did you really?
Literally Chris Hemsworth.
Oh my god.
Literally.
Yes. Oh my god.
Because of the physique and kind of the roughness. And also Chris Hemsworth just seems like a really nice guy.
He is. I mean, I follow him on Instagram.
He has a family, right?
He has like 3 kids, and he posts like videos with his kids being like teaching them to surf
just
and like
good dad.
Singing kids songs and stuff.
Oh
He's
God.
like a good dad. I mean, he presents himself as a good dad.
But I also thought of Chris Hemsworth.
Yes, I have a feeling maybe that's who she. I don't know, maybe who she pictured, but yes, because like
have to ask her.
I'll ask her. Yes, I will. Oh, because there was one scene where they were like, it's towards the end, they're having sex or about to have sex, and he gets undressed, and she was just like, Rafe, you need to like look at yourself. And like that's how I feel like during that scene like in Thor where Chris Hemsworth is like walking with his shirts off and you like know how
have you seen yourself? Chris?
Yeah. I don't even remember what that scene was about because like and I'm sure no one
You blacked out.
I blacked out because I'm just like, wait, I know that there's like a plot point happening, but I can't concentrate right now.
I've actually read a few books recently. I just started reading The Wedding Date by Jasmine Guillory, and she also has a scene where it's like she's just appreciating the male form and is like, okay, let me take like 5 minutes to soak you in, which I think is so sexy for any partner to do. If someone is just like appreciating and worshiping your body, like what a beautiful gift.
I agree because it makes it more than just like a hookup. Yeah, like you're just like it's like I don't know, it's like you're appreciating each other, right? You know, there's something spiritual about it. There's also
take me to church, Rafe.
Yeah. Okay. Did you come up with a tagline?
I did. I came up with 2.
Ooh.
I'm curious to see which one you like. Okay.
I like them both, don't worry.
He won't spank your kids, but he might spank you.
Yes.
Okay, so that's one.
I love it. Love
2.
it.
He's not your kid's daddy, but you might want to call him that.
I love them both.
Thank you.
They're both great. I really do like the second one. The second one's great.
Good.
Yeah, I love that one.
So those are my taglines.
Those were great. Okay, mine was,
Please.
during the day, he takes care of the kids, but at night, he takes care of her.
That is actually true.
It
Very
is
much.
true. I feel like, yes.
That's super accurate to the book.
So accurate to the book. I think on a larger note, it is accurate to how well consent is portrayed in this book.
Isn't that nice?
Blown away.
Yeah. I feel like the last couple of novels I've read, they've dealt with consent really well. And I think that's also something I love about the romance genre is that, especially more recent books, it's all about consent and like checking in with the woman. Like, are you okay with this? Do you like this? Like, how can I please you? It just feels great.
It's so great. And I also love the idea of like people, like guys genuinely being pleased themselves by pleasing a woman. And I think that there's like nothing sexier than that. Just, yeah.
I think that's what everyone really wants is like, I just want you to want to please me and it's not a chore. It's not like something you're doing before you get off.
Yeah, it's just it makes like, I mean, I know so many hippy dippy people who say this, but it makes sex sacred, you know?
Yes.
And it's like they're what more like yes, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so to give the listeners a taste of what the syntax, the how this book is written, do you want to read a sexy excerpt?
I would love nothing more.
Yes.
I'm gonna try to put on my sexy voice for this.
I thought you were already using it.
Oh my God. Thank you, Becky. Rafe had to know how good of a kisser he was. He had to know how good he was making her feel. Between her legs, his magical fingers pushed the layers of her clothing aside. She was soaking, dripping wet as he parted her slit. He teased her, drawing his fingers all around her pussy, around her clit, but never pushing inside the way she wanted him to. They went on kissing, his heart-on pressed against her hip, his fingers exploring, never finding their proper destination. You'll have to read the rest to see what happens next.
If he finds
the proper destination.
That
was from their first hookup.
Yes.
Which is when they're like in his bedroom, in his like guest suite or whatever it is. They're watching TV.
Yeah,
they watching have a timer. It's a timed. Yes. She's like, we've got 40 minutes. What can you do? Do your damage.
And he does. Wait, is that the scene where he eats her out from behind?
Yes.
Hot scene. That was so hot.
It was crazy.
Yeah. Oh
I was like,
God.
What? Again, furiously masturbating. I was like, what is happening? What is happening?
And I was like, whoa, oh my God. And it was like very like that, because the way this is written, it's so easy to remember like the specific phrases. And it was just like, yep, he's eating me out from behind. And I was like, oh wow, okay, I'm glad we're here. Yay.
Got here so quickly.
Okay, so to give everyone a taste, what did I? Oh, okay. So Sloane, okay, so in the book, Rafe is hired by Sloane to watch her, adorable kids. And like off the bat, he gets off this motorcycle and they are hot for each other. They want to jump each other's bones ASAP. And so they have like a meet and greet at McDonald's, and then they go back to Sloane's house for a pool party. Boy, is Rafe hitting it off with these kids. Super sexy. Also, the kids are adorable.
Very cute.
And right away, at the end of the night, Rafe is like, by the way, I've never worked for a single mom that I've been attracted to. And it was like, whoa, Rafe.
I couldn't believe how quickly that came.
I know.
I was like, oh, okay, we're here.
Yeah.
We're ready. We're getting in.
I know. And it was like in any other context, you would be like, whoa. But thank you.
Yes. Yeah.
If I were saying yes, we would, yes. Whoa. But thank God she is into him as well.
Very.
And they want to like kind of play it by ear a little bit.
See how it goes.
See how it goes because of the situation. Kids come first.
Yeah, because, it's tough. He's got to watch those kids.
I know. And she is like, working. She's like hardworking mom. She does like hardcore surgery. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Hardcore surgery.
I can't even remember what kind of a surgeon she is. Is it like a heart surgeon?
I want to say heart surgeon.
Okay.
Yeah, which is like
tough. You know what? Tough.
There's a lot.
I've done it a few times, but it's tough.
There's a lot on the line. I am just starting to do it, so you can give
right.
me some
Yeah, I'll give you some pointers after this.
Of heart surgery. Okay, so then they are, they finally are like, okay, we want to give in to our urges, but it also, like it has to be like panic, like these like panicked fucking, like it has to be when the kids go to sleep, like we have to make sure they're asleep, so they're not gonna like knock on the door or anything. So they're not traumatized, so they don't know what's happening, because you gotta pace these things, because it is an interesting situation we're in. So this is scene. It took me forever to set this up. I apologize. I feel like I talked for 10,000 years. Okay, so Sloane comes in from a long day of work. Kids are asleep, and Rafe is on the couch, and he races to her, and they start going at it. Okay, she gasped as his hands went to her ass and lifted her up. Her legs went around his waist, driving his cock right up against her aching cunt. Her arms went around his shoulders, pressing her breasts and their now sensitive tips against his deliciously bare chest. Their lips met, their tongues finding each other in an instant. Sloane felt herself being carried backward, and a tiny thrill rushed through her when her butt hit the far counter.
Yes.
It was risky. That counter, man. It was risky. With the girls upstairs, but she couldn't bring herself to care. She was gonna fuck Rafe right here and right now. He pulled back, breaking their kiss, just enough to get the work on the zipper on her slacks. "What's come over you?" she teased. "You want the truth?" "Yeah. I watched porn for a few minutes like an idiot, and then all I could think about was bending you over in the pool shed again. I've been hard for 2 hours." "Oh, we have to do something about that." I loved that scene more than anything.
There's something also about him where they kind of hint at these, like, Rebeckah Weatherspoon hints at these, like, bro-ish tendencies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I was watching porn.
Yeah.
Right before you. It's like, oh yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like super sexy. It's just like, yeah, I'm a dude.
Yes.
Just like checking out some porn.
I agree. I was like so blown away by that part, because yes, you're right. It was like so bro-y, but there was also something so blunt and not sexy about it.
Yes.
But then at the end of the day, it was sexy. Yeah. Because it was them,
Well, and also I loved that they had sex in the kitchen. I think that's like a really nice place to do it.
I know. Why not?
The kids are upstairs.
I also appreciated they like made a comment after that of like how they like she wanted to like Clorox the because again, there's these like adorable quirks with the two of them, like Cloroxing the counters, and then like being very open about like, hey, I watch porn, you know, like there's nothing stigmatized about that.
No, it's almost like because of the situation they're in, it gets escalated to like they're basically living together even though they're not in the same room for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So they are like, they fall into these like couple patterns very quickly. So you see them being intimate in ways that you wouldn't where you're just like casually dating someone.
Yeah, it's a fascinating journey that they take. And I also like what I appreciated about this was also the pacing. Like I thought it was, I thought it was going to be like, oh, it's going to be like a few months until they even kiss, and it's just going to be months and months of like gazing and wishing and thinking, but they just like
they got in there
fast, and they make, which I appreciated, because it's like these people know what they want. Then like I think a huge thing is that they're both not coy.
Yeah. And I think to that point, it's like it means that we get a lot more time with them as a couple in the book versus them kind of having a back and forth forever until they finally unite. It's like you see them together a lot, and that's like I guess the fun of the book really is like the scenes that they're in together. I also really enjoyed her best friend whose name I can't remember.
Zenny?
Something like
Yeah.
that. Who is just like no nonsense and guns to a chase.
Yeah.
And she's like, ride that dick, girl, get that dick. She's just like, this is no nonsense.
I love
like
her.
Sloane is like, I don't know, like, should I kiss him? And she's like, fuck him.
Yeah.
Like, ride him.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
It was so great. She was such a supportive friend.
She really wanted her to get laid.
Yeah.
And be happy.
Yeah, I know. There is something to like having the support of your friends to just like jump on it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do him.
So what did you think of Sloane's character?
Okay, Sloane's character. I mean, I really liked her because I felt like she was realistic in terms of like she's putting a lot on her career. She's putting her kids first.
Mm-hmm.
Something I feel like I didn't fully get a full picture of was her relationship with her ex-husband, which they kind of like rush into really quickly in terms of like they escalate what he does in the book.
Mm-hmm.
And like I didn't feel like we got a ton of her backstory, but it was interesting because she's like a kid prodigy genius. She's like a surgeon at, I can't remember how old she is in the book, maybe
She's
30.
Like 28, maybe 28, 30.
There you go. So it's like this overachieving like person who is like trying to have it all. And I feel like that's very relatable to a lot of women who are just like really trying to get somewhere in their career and in their life. And there's always something that's like holding you back. And for her, it's like this ex-husband who she has to escape. And like she's got, you know, these 2 kids who she has to take care of. So I really liked her. I felt like she was also like very sexy in the book, even though she's kind of coy in terms of like this is only her second partner she's ever had. I felt like it was done in a way where you wanted her to have sex. You were rooting for her. You were like, get it, girl. Like, please get a release. What did you think?
I loved her. I also thought she had a really good trajectory. There was something interesting about the fact that she didn't feel like she had like the high school experience of having a hot boyfriend and having like a group of girlfriends. And even though
she's a late bloomer.
And it was nice to see her because she's new to Los Angeles, which we both have been.
Yes.
And to like see the journey of like, not, I mean, yes, this is a love story, but like also just seeing her like find her life in this new city was like really nice to just like see her grow, you know, and just like find the place where she is nesting. And, you know, it's just like, I don't know. I really appreciated that part of her journey.
Yeah. And I tend to gravitate to stories too, where the women are a little more like established in their careers or in their life. Because I like reading about women who are strong in that way. And so she felt like a strong, empowered woman. And that was really nice to see.
Yeah. Yeah. It was nice.
It was all positive. I love this book.
I know. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, and it's like they're both good people.
Yes.
And it was like about them like the struggles of being just a genuinely good person and doing what's best for you, what's best for your kids.
Right, what's best for your kids. There were parts where I was wondering for her where I was like, oh God, like Rafe doesn't know who he is yet. And like, he's trying to be like a mechanic, but he like got sidetracked in nannying. And like, will this man like be enough for you? I was a little worried about that.
Yeah, I was worried about that too. And about like his, is he going to be satisfied? Like, obviously, yes, he's going to be satisfied with his life. We all know that. But like, you know, like in terms of like having to want to put nannying aside and having like these other dreams, like, I hope, like, my hope was, like, I was like, I hope he's not sacrificing anything in terms of his own wants. He didn't, obviously.
Right.
But we have that thought, though.
Yeah, know? And I think the author did a really good job of, especially toward the end, making it clear that, like, he was going to have his own life as well.
Yeah.
That didn't revolve around her family. And, like, him just being, like, an employee.
Yeah.
Kind of weird relationship with her.
Yeah. It's weird, but it was also normal. You know? Yeah. And I was so happy he became a dad in the end.
Yeah.
And like, even though he already had like a father figure to these girls, it was very sweet to see him be happy of getting to raise a newborn.
Yeah.
We can spoil the happily ever after, everyone knows.
Right.
And I don't know. I just thought, hey, hot guy holding a baby.
It doesn't get better.
doesn't get better than that.
I know. There is just something, just to circle back to it, it's like the idea that you can actually have a true partner in a marriage, I think is like what happens at the end, where you're like, oh, this man is maybe even more of the caretaker to the family than the mom is, than Sloane is. And there is something really satisfying about that. I think because as a woman, you might worry like, oh, I'm going to be the one who's going to have to do all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And you want to try and find a partner who will actually be a partner. But like in this book, Rafe is like the ultimate fucking partner, like superhero dad.
Yeah. I also liked that because, like, I don't know, I'm just, like, thinking about, like, Mr. Mom and, like, you know, like, wasn't there, like, some Vin Diesel movie where he's, like, a nanny? You know, like, the idea of, like, the man's raising the kids.
How crazy.
Isn't that bonkers? And the fact that wasn't called, like, it was just, like, it wasn't, like, that wasn't the premise, you know?
Right.
Which was
And there wasn't,
refreshing.
I don't think there was, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there was a moment where they were, like calling out like, oh, you must, like, you're taking care of kids, like what kind of a man are you? Like it wasn't like his masculinity came into question at all.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think.
Oh, I don't think it didn't. I mean, except with the exception of Drew, the ex-husband.
The ex,
but that was, you know, like that was
real asshole.
What? Drew. What a dickhead.
What a duty head.
What a duty head. She's not allowed to say dickhead. I just reread the part where she called, because her old nanny quit and she called her a dickhead, and then her, I think one of the kids.
You can't curse.
Yeah, you can't curse and call him a dickhead. Yeah, and I mean, but like with Drew taking objection to Rafe, like that was a more reflection of like his shitty character.
Yes, and
know?
that it felt that way. It felt like it was like, oh, this is like old masculinity versus new strong masculinity or something, which was really nice.
It was very nice. Okay, I have to talk about these kids. I loved them.
The little twins.
The little twins. Have you read books with kids in them before?
You know, I was trying to think of that, and I feel like there have only been, in terms of romance books, maybe like a handful that I can remember.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of them are about like people who haven't been married yet and are trying to find the one. And so it was really interesting. And, you know, you and I do not have kids that we know of.
I could have if you run around. I don't know who fell out of me.
Again, that we know of.
I mean, mommy's here. Just shoot me a text and I'll send you college funds.
But, you know, like I hear a lot from my friends who have kids, and it's like you do have to like schedule time for sex, and you have to figure out how to maneuver your relationship and make your relationship a priority when you do have kids.
Yeah.
Because like they end up taking priority. So it was really kind of interesting to read a book where it was like, oh, this is actual life, and this is like what happens to people. It's not just that everyone is single and waiting for the one. It's like there are people who have children, there are people who have been divorced, like, and you can make things work. And I thought it was also just a really nice message of like, you can find love when it hasn't worked out in the past.
Yeah.
And like you can have what some people might think of as like baggage, like children. You can have children and you can still find like a fulfilling partner who will love that child. I thought that was great.
Oh, I do too. Yeah. Hearing you say that sent chills up my spine. Because there is a stigma of like, you don't want to, not wanting to date people who.
I have so many friends who will not date people who have kids. And it's like, if someone loves their child enough to be a good parent to them, like, that means so much about who they are as a person.
Yeah.
And, with Sloane in this story, she puts her children first, even though she has like these really intense feelings for Rafe, where it's like, if this isn't working out, like, we're going to have to end things really quickly. She really puts her kids first. And then the fact that Rafe treats them as his own, he like falls in love with them immediately as his own children. It's just really sweet.
Oh yeah, it's very sweet. And I also liked the two of them. Like I thought, in other romance novels that I've read, the kids are perfect. Like everything that comes out of their mouth is just a cute sentence.
So precocious.
Yes. They're always doing like they're always saying the right things.
Yeah.
They're never getting yelled at.
Yeah.
But like I felt like this, like we said, we don't have kids, but I felt like there was like a real portrayal of raising kids, of like mentioning that they have meltdowns and that they're messy, and like
they like hid an apple or whatever in the car, and the car smells terrible, and now you have to take the car to get detailed. Oops.
Yeah, and then like it's like, and I thought that was like very like it wasn't, you know, this like sunny portrayal of kids. It did talk about like, you're raising 2 kids alone. They're about to go into kindergarten. That's such a huge thing. They're, you know, they're 6-year-olds. There's certain challenges as they
and
get older
dealing
and
with
older.
like divorce too, like how the kids deal with the divorce and deal with their dad. And it's not pretty. It's like super messy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it felt more honest than other books that I've read too, or even like movies or TV, where again you're seeing these like little precocious angel children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like there's like a funny, and it's like there was the part where like I forget if it was Addison or Avery, but that she was like, can I hold your helmet? And then she like goes to like smell it, and then like Sloane is like, oh my God, don't smell things. Right. And it was just like such a great, because it's like something like kids are like putting shit in their mouth, and like, you know, I don't know, like.
No, it totally felt just like you're literally watching their day to day, like minute by minute, and it's not edited.
No,
and I don't know if the author has children or is around children a lot, but it felt like she had kind of studied, like, here's what a child actually does.
Right, yeah. And I also liked how they had like very distinct personalities and were very like blunt and vocal, and like the when they first introduced themselves to Rafe, they were like, hi, I'm Addison, this is Avery, we don't model. And I'm like, oh my God, what an LA hello from a 6-year-old.
I'm trying to remember other moments with them. I mean, I thought it was really sweet, like when he was like Googling YouTube videos about like how to do their hair and like how to do braids. And I feel like that's been a movement too, especially with dads, of like not being the ones who typically do their daughter's hair. And the fact that they showed this moment of like, oh yeah, like to be a strong man and to be a good man, like you will like go on YouTube and all you have to do is like learn how to braid hair, and it's actually not very hard, and you can do it, and you don't have to leave that burden on the woman again.
Yeah, again, like sexy
these little moments. I know.
There's also that moment where Avery or Addison was like, you need to file your nails.
Oh my gosh.
Especially if you're going to be braiding her hair. And then like the next day he shows up, nails filed.
And she inspects his nails.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, okay, it's fine.
They make the rules.
Yeah,
which
totally.
Was so cute.
It's the whole thing is just like really nice to read, and there's like a lot of great sex scenes. It's just,
what was your favorite sex scene?
I mean, you kind of read from it that kitchen countertop one, which is like really quick, but I think the other really satisfying one obviously is when the kids are out of town and they finally get like the house to themselves. And they're just like doing it in every nook and cranny of the house, and they like get to wake up together, and like I think there might be like a shower scene.
There was a shower scene.
They're just like, it's like 20 pages of nonstop sex, and you're like, wow, great.
It was, I appreciated that like Rafe was like, I mean, I don't like shower sex, but I'll do it. And then they have the shower scene, and then it's like, oh, it's an okay shower scene. Like there's a bench.
Right.
Like, okay, good.
Yeah. Because there are all of these situations like in romance novels, especially, where you're like, that can't be comfortable. Where you're like, doing it there? Really? Like on the kitchen floor, like on the tile?
Yeah,
that can't be
fun. That's like, you're going to get like...
it's going to hurt your back. Come on, babe.
Especially if you're a redhead and you bruise.
Okay, literally there's a bruise on my arm right now. So.
I mean, yeah, I'm sitting cross-legged, and I'm going to have like... Do you ever get like a red dot over your knee? I'm going to get a red dot over my knee.
Oh my gosh, can we talk about when they had so many pool scenes, and I kept thinking for Rafe, I was like, Rafe is going to get sunburned. I hope someone is lathering him up. I was like waiting for the SPF to come out, and I didn't see a lot of it, and I was like, okay, notes. Yeah. Notes. Redheads do not go in the sun. They're not going to be in a pool. Not for long.
Or at least when you get out, you're going to be under an umbrella.
You've got your sun shirt on.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, I don't know if you do this. Side note, I'll just put on a hoodie because I'm like, I'm too lazy to put on sunscreen sometimes. Yeah. And then I'm like, I'm in a hoodie on the beach.
Yeah.
And it's 100 degrees right now.
I wear sweaters everywhere because here's the crazy thing is that literally for Valentine's Day, I asked for driving gloves and they go all the way up my arm so that I don't have to put sunscreen on my hands or my arms.
That is genius.
It is the best thing I've ever gotten.
So driving gloves are a genre of glove.
You can get them on Amazon.
Nice.
They also have like SPF UV protection in them. So it's like literally designed for that. I hope some redheads are listening to this podcast.
I'm sure they are. I need some
pro tips.
Yeah, some red. Do you get like I get my chest, sun, and then that's like I have to be better at that.
There's not a day when I go outside without some kind of sunscreen on my face everywhere. Yeah. But yeah, there's always that little like square of your clothing where you like accidentally forgot. And then you just have this like weird shape of red on your body and you're like, cool, now I get to have this.
Yeah. I went to a wedding a few years ago and it was in Florida. We went to the beach and I was wearing this bathing suit that kind of like it was a strapless bathing suit. So you know how like sometimes strapless stuff like just like slides down a little bit. I got the weirdest cleavage sunburn.
It was probably in stages too.
Yes, yeah, and it was like this. Yes, it was dark, and then it got lighter and lighter. It was like this weird fade, and then I had to go to that wedding that night, and just with my dress, like it looked like there was these lips like in between my boobs. It was.
People were like, "What happened to Becky?"
Yeah,
she had fun today.
She went to the beach.
Yeah. My worst sunburns I've gotten from the beach, and I just like don't really go anymore unless I'm on vacation. I'm forced to go, but I do not like the beach, and so I was surprised that Rafe was a pool person. I was like, okay, he's a pool person.
Mm-hmm.
I did appreciate that, like his red hair was talked about, but it wasn't like there were a bunch of nicknames for him, because sometimes when you have a redhead character, it's like, hey, there's Ginger Snap, or like, oh, there's like the Carrot Top, or what. Like it wasn't like making a huge deal of the fact that he had red hair. It was like she really appreciated it, and it was mentioned in ways where you were like, oh, that is sexy, but it wasn't like he had a bunch of like nicknames like Red or whatever.
Yeah, it wasn't like trivialized,
right?
Which, I mean, do people call you nicknames for being redheaded?
All the time.
Me too.
It's also just like a way for people to get my attention if they don't know my name or something.
Yeah.
Like if someone is like trying to get me to sign up for like a Save the Whales thing, they'll be like, hey, Red, like what, and then you're like, like don't, like you wouldn't yell like at someone's physical thing, like, hey, short person, and then you're like, what? like you're not gonna like be screaming other people's like physical qualities in the middle of the street.
Yes. When I was in Hebrew school growing up, I was in a class and there was another Rebeckah or another Becky or something, and the teacher was like, well, I'm gonna call her Rebeckah, I'm gonna call you Ginjeet, which is basically
like
Hebrew for ginger.
What?
And I was like, and she was doing it as like she was trying to be sweet because she had red hair too. Okay. But like looking back at it, I didn't really have a choice in the matter.
Right.
Like if she was like, can I call you Ginjeet? I would have been like, fine. But the fact that she's like, I'm just going to call you Ginjeet. And it's like,
not okay.
It wasn't okay.
I definitely had I had one teacher, I will never forget this, but I was trying to figure out what high school I wanted to go to. And I sat in on this English class, and they were reading Great Expectations, and I was just sort of sitting, and the teacher before the class started was like, okay, we have a guest today. He was like, I know not to make her angry. I've dated redheads before, and they've got real fiery tempers. And I was like, how wildly inappropriate is this on so many levels? But like singling me out in that way to people who I didn't know, and also like bringing up his past experience with redheads in a stereotypical way. I was like, there's just a lot of layers here that we need to unpack. But yeah, this happens all the time. And you were
in high school?
This was in high school.
That's really fucked up.
Yeah, it's fucked up now.
It is fucked up. That's crazy. When I first came out here, I was like working this writing job, and it was like my first writing job out here, and it was with all guys, comedy job, and
I can't see a bad way this would end.
That's it. Anyway, it was fine. They never said one word, and we're best friends. And I married all of them.
Oh my God, what a great story!
Yeah, the end. So what happened? So I, like,
the guy who hired me was like, oh, so you're a natural redhead? And I was like, yeah. And he's like,
No.
oh my God, I got drunk with this natural redhead one time, and she just like started taking off all of her clothes, and she had like red pubic hair, and
What?
and I'm the only girl in the room, and
my
and it was like only
God.
guys, and so he kind of like maneuvered the conversation away from me to talk about like this woman's like crazy red pubic hair, and I was just like,
Also, that did not happen.
no.
There's no woman who, in front of this douchebag, was like, let me take off all of my clothes.
Yeah, and like
Just
what?
for you.
No. Yeah, he was just like, I don't know. Anyway.
He was trying to, like, get at you. I feel like
Probably.
the pubic hair thing is intense. I can't remember if they mention his
They
pubic hair.
don't, because they specifically don't, and I was like, oh, that's
great.
good, because
Yeah.
I do not need carpet matching drapes.
Right.
Jokes.
That joke. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I just have a question. I'm totally digressing, but I just need to unpack this for a sec. When people ask that, do you ever have a response to that?
Do the carpet match the drapes? A response to that? I usually say you'll never find out.
Oh, that's good.
But it took me a long time to get to that point because, you know, when you first of all, the idea of anyone talking about your pubic hair, especially like in middle school or high school, which is when it started for me, is like horrifying. Like, I don't want anyone talking about my pubic hair. I don't want anyone thinking that there's hair on my vagina. Like, don't think about it. Don't talk about it. But I feel like when I got into my 20s, I felt a little more confident to be like, you'll never know because you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
But you know, I've had people say like bizarro things like I've never slept with a redhead, you know, almost like it's like fetishizing, like I need to check it off on my bucket list.
I know.
And it's like one of the things that I haven't done in my life. It's like, oh, well, I've, you know, never been to Turkey and I'd love to go, but like, don't just say that.
Yeah. You just like go up to someone in Turkey and be like, I've never been here.
Right.
Yeah. You're my first Turkish person I've ever talked to. Yeah, I've had that before too, or just like even being on Tinder or something of being like, oh, I always wanted to take a ginger out, and then I'll be like, never mind.
Yeah, no.
There's a time I just didn't respond.
That's right.
And I was like, sorry.
That's right. Yeah.
No, it's weird. It's weird.
I think it's like people think that it's because it's, you know, I say just in quotes, like just a hair color, that it's not a big deal, but it is such a huge part of your identity.
Yeah.
That to single that out and make you feel different in that way is just really not welcome.
No, it's not.
And I think, I don't know if you've ever seen Riverdale as one of the other shows that features a hot redhead man.
So you don't even need to ask that question.
I feel like in Riverdale in the first season, like anytime they talked about Archie, it was like a redhead joke. It was like always like something about his hair and like giving him a nickname, and every time I would kind of like like tense up, or I'd be like, what? And, you know, it's fine because also that show is so redhead like heavy that I love it. It's like every character's a redhead on that show.
It's so great.
But it feels like and I think they've ventured away from just like constantly calling out the fact that he has red hair. But it was a huge thing in the first season, and I was like, Lord help us. Like, are we ever going to get past those?
Yeah, but I mean, it also do you watch Outlander?
Yes.
I mean, that they just like redhead is hot.
Yes.
And period. End of sentence. And and that was like,
and she talks about his red hair in a really nice way.
Yeah.
Where she'll kind of like mention his auburn locks or whatever. She'll be like, he had the most beautiful auburn locks. Wow.
Oh my God. I love that.
But I loved that for this book, it was a redheaded man because it's just so needed and so lovely.
Yes.
And really, really appreciated that.
So do you have any final thoughts?
My final thoughts are that I would love to read more books where men are just basically taking over the gendered roles of women. And my new life goal will be that I make enough money where I can hire a Rafe of my own. So this is an
even
inspiring
while you're
book.
Married.
Yes, and I think my husband will be fine with it.
That's great.
Or I'll turn my husband into the Rafe.
Great. So then if you do, I'll take that Rafe that
I was going to hire.
That you were going to hire. I'll take him. And he doesn't have too much to do on my plate.
Right.
But I'll take any help I can get.
I mean, think of the things he could do in here. Yeah. You could just come home and he'll have a glass of wine waiting. He'll have a sensible cheese plate.
I'll have my Roku set up. I don't need to like scroll through Netflix, which is kind of the biggest deal of my day.
Of course.
Is just choosing
what
to
watch
when I make my microwave meal. Yeah, no, I really loved this book. I feel like I hate to brush this over, but it was great to see a woman of color as the protagonist. Yeah. I think this book did a really good job of like, giving like me a fresh perspective of like what it's like to be a Black woman, being an accomplished doctor and being a minority. And just like, I love that I was able to like get this perspective through a genre that I love so much, through romance. And I really, really liked that.
And I feel like there were moments when they tackled the idea of an interracial relationship. And even in Rafe's family dynamic, like his father has married a Black woman and he has siblings from that marriage with his father and stepmom. But it's dealt with in a lot of ways, and I feel like it's talked openly about like what it means to be in a relationship with a Black woman and what it means to have children who are Black. And that was really nice and honest to see, and it wasn't brushed over in the book. To your point, it's like it is a big part of it.
I guess I just meant like brushing it over in like this conversation,
right? Yeah, we did
because
really
it was such an important part.
It did feel like very like just woven in not a forced hand kind of way. It just was like, yeah, this is like who they are, and like. If you're doing like a little Black girl's hair, like you need to do the following things. And like there's one point where Drew, her ex-husband, like rubs one of the kids' hair and like Sloane is so annoyed because she's like, why would he rub their hair that way? Like now their hair is going to be messed up. And it's like they have moments like that are small but add up to this bigger picture of inclusivity.
Absolutely. And and I think that's what it was, those moments that I really like learned, and it was just like very appreciated as a reader. And then I connected with the characters. What else? I mean, I just liked the idea of like going after what you want. They really teach you, this book really teaches you to like, if there's something that you want, if you're a genuinely good person, say it, and if you're a shit person, someone will say it to you.
Then you're Drew.
And you should check yourself and get some fucking help. I mean, that scene, oh my God. Scary scene, but man. Anyway, Drew attacks Rafe in the airport because he finds out that Sloane is fucking him.
And like, whatever, Drew doesn't do a very good job at it. Rafe is like, I'm just gonna literally hold one of your arms and you won't be able to hurt me when I get. It's great.
But what was great is that moment was given a lot of poignancy. It is because it's a fucking insane thing to do, and I think there's like other romance novels where you would see that and it would just be kind of another highlight as to like how great this like hero is, and it isn't really like you don't really see like the devastating emotional repercussions of that, but I thought this book did that really well because it's horrifying to see your dad attack your nanny.
Yes. And in a very public place, the airport.
Yeah.
And they end up like being held in custody for a little bit. It's not great.
And it's not great. So I feel like something like that that was a really good plot point. Man, I could talk about this book forever. Okay. Do you have a rating for the book? You can A through F. Feel free to give a sultry adjective before.
I know. I'm trying to think of one now. Do you have one?
I have one.
Okay.
Mine is a tatted and titillating A+.
That's really good too because Rafe is very tatted up in a very sexy way.
Oh my God, yeah.
Okay. I am going to say after school snack. Wait, a delicious after-school snack A+ as well.
Yes. Okay. I love it.
Okay, great.
Oh my God. Great way.
Wow.
Great.
I was sweating there. I was like, can I think of something?
I mean, I've been sweating since
What do kids like?
you read
I
that.
also have been sweating.
I mean,
it's
yes,
this book.
It's this book. Also, we're also practically in my closet right now.
It's not hot in your apartment. It's just we're talking about this book. I'm thinking about Rafe. I'm thinking about the cover still because the cover is so good on this book.
Yeah. It's a hot book. I'm sure everyone has read it, but if you haven't, just stop the podcast right now. Do yourself a favor. Pick up Rafe. Erin, this was so much fun. Thank you so much for being here.
Becky, what a delight. Okay.
Yay!
Guys, you can follow Erin on Twitter at Side of Ginger and check out the blog on tstlpodcast.com for links to her books. Thank you so much for listening and have a great rest of your day.